Hey gang, long time no talk to. Bodie's doing good. Sun's in his eyes. I'm in Scranton, Pennsylvania right now. And since I was here, I had to come down here for some bank shit for the house. Yeah, there's no Wells Fargo in Jamestown. There's none in New York State at all. So the closest one literally was Scranton, Pennsylvania. But since I was here, I was like, hey, the office. And turns out they got this restaurant called Cooper's. That's where they would always go. And the sun is all over the place. So this is where they would eat at the office. And so I'm going to go ahead and eat here. And I guess, retail seafood market? What? I don't know where to go in. I guess that's probably it, isn't it? So I'll show you around. I guess they got a gift shop and everything and stuff. And look, Jesus was born there. Ooh, next to a pirate. I wonder if he brought a gift. Okay. This is it.
Yes.
Hey. Alright, so this place is kind of weird. It's like half museum. I guess the Beatles were in Scranton for the first U.S. trip. You know, I guess. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Yeah, it's like a museum. And there's a restaurant as well. Gilligan's Island stuff. Mary Ann was always prettier than Ginger. Mary Ann, yes. Ginger, well, I mean, sure, but Mary Ann. That's weird. This is one of the bathrooms, and it's dedicated to the Beach Boys. It's weird to me. Then outside of the bathroom, oh, look at this. This is a whole display of Ninja Turtles. I just don't know. Holy smokes. Oh, sorry. Oh. That's a great poster.
Thank you. No, well, maybe a couple Christmases ago.
Yeah, that place is weird. I mean, yeah, it was kind of neat, but they had like historical fishing lures. They had some Joe Namath stuff. They were just like wacky across the board. Like, I honestly couldn't tell you if it was cool or not. I can tell you this. On my list of worst fish and chips ever, that's probably number 2. I'm not a huge lover of fish and chips, but I like fish and chips. And their shit wasn't no good. But still better than London. I had fish and chips in London, I think at 4 different places. Maybe it was just 3. I don't know. But some of those were so bad, I actually just threw them in the trash. And after the 3rd one, I figured it out. don't get fish and chips in London. They all suck, which is really contrary. I mean, I would figure London would be like really great fish and chips. Didn't it come from there? Anyways, whatever. Okay, gang. There, maybe that'll work. That's great. Half and half. Anyways, so the point of going to Scranton is needed to do a wire transfer for the down payment on the house. And the closest Wells Fargo was in freaking Scranton, Pennsylvania. And I'm all the way in Jamestown, so I'm I'm further west than Jamestown. And that's 4.5 hour drive to get to a bank. So I'll be switching banks. So that's just ridiculous. I had no idea that the Wells Fargo, they just not in the area at all. So anyways, but the house is fixing to close on Monday, and then all we got to do is get the Atlanta house to sell and stuff. So, what's been going on? Well, for one, I'm realizing that everybody who's complaining about the North being these harsh winters is just a bunch of pussies. Or ignorant, never experienced it. I mean, because, like right now, 38 degrees. Yesterday, I was unloading the pods. I had a couple helpers, and I wasn't in a t-shirt, but I was in a long john shirt and a t-shirt over top of that. I was working in that. It got up to probably around 35, 36 yesterday, something like that, maybe 38. And when the sun was shining and you was out working in it, it was fine. Today, this morning, whenever I left, it was 40 degrees in the morning. Okay? So, what I've been seeing is the temperatures up here compared to Atlanta so far are almost the same. Yes, it has gotten a total of about 10 degrees colder than it really ever gets in Atlanta. Like, I've seen it here so far. I think I've seen it as low as 6 or 7 degrees, something like that. And in Atlanta, pretty much never gets below 15 degrees, really. And that's at night, you know. So it is colder here. It is. And here's the bigger difference, is it's sustained colder. Like, well, in Atlanta, I'll wake up and it's only 26 degrees. Okay, that all the time in the winter. That's not in any way uncommon, not at all. Go down to the garage. In my shop, it's about 45 degrees. I get a heater going or whatever, building fire in the stove. By the time 10 a.m. rolls around, it's went from 26 degrees to 40 degrees. And then maybe at 2 p.m. it might get up to 45 or so, right? Whereas here in New York, what I've been experiencing, and I haven't been up here long, I know that I'm going to see worse conditions than what I've seen. But what I'm experiencing up here is it may stay 26 degrees all day. In the morning, it might be 14 degrees, and then it gets up to 26 degrees. And so, what's that? What does that mean? It just simply means you wear a heavy coat. Whereas in Atlanta, you wear a light jacket knowing that it's going to warm up. So you suffer greatly in the morning. And then by the time the midday rolls around, you're in this light jacket and it's no problem, right? And up here, you don't know if it's going to warm up, so you wear your big coat and you wear wool socks and nice insulated boots. And like, I can't wait. I've got some pants that supposedly just are arriving today from Duluth Trading, and they're lined pants, just like this is a lined shirt, right? The lined pants, and I'm really looking forward to those coming in. And so typically what I'm finding up here is I don't suffer with cold weather at all because I'm prepared for the worst. And just like Smitty said in his videos, you dress in layers, and you go, if you're like, it's too warm for this big coat, well, you take the big coat off and you got 4 or 5 layers underneath or something. So I'm probably just as comfortable here in this cold weather as I am in Atlanta. Maybe more comfortable here because I'm just better prepared. In Atlanta, yeah, you're wearing regular boots that aren't insulated, or at least I am. Wearing regular boots that aren't insulated, regular pants, regular shirt, maybe 2 shirts, and a light jacket, like my flannel jacket. Oh, I think your name's Keith, AU Tigers. You were asking about my flannel jacket. It's just a Carhartt. Go online, Carhartt. I got mine at Ace Hardware. Anyways, I've been colder in Atlanta than I have been up here, and that's just because up here I expect it to be cold, and so I put on a heavy jacket, and I make sure I got gloves with me, and I've got a toboggan on my head, or at minimum a cap kind of thing. So I'm just not. I've never lived in a cold climate like this. I've never lived in it. So the worst that I've ever lived in is northern Kentucky, which, again, there's no difference between that and here. I mean, it's just actually probably warmer here than I ever was in Kentucky, because in Kentucky the winters aren't that bad and you typically just try and get by with a lightweight jacket. Now, if you're broke as a joke and you can't afford anything but one of those insulated flannels that you get from Walmart, yeah, you're gonna freeze your ass off, and I feel for you, but then I look at that and go, well, are you still drinking a 12-pack every night? Because if you are, you can afford a fucking good coat. So I don't feel for you at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like, a lot of people do that. They're like, I can't afford one of those nice coats. You know what? I've been to TJ Maxx and Marshall's in this area. They got good deals. You can buy a really nice coat, really nice thick warm coat for $49. And if you can't put down the beer that you've been drinking for 4 or 5 nights so that you can save up to afford a good coat, well then fuck you. I don't wear that, freeze your ass off. I don't care, but it's not expensive. The coat that I've been wearing, this one right here, right? I bought that thing years ago at TJ Maxx or something like that. It's a nice, thick, warm coat, and I bet you I probably paid $40 for it. So you don't have to pay $600 for an awesome coat from Orvis, which, by the way, Orvis is really nice shit. They're way nicer than LL Bean. I always thought LL Bean was the top of the classy, warm coat kind of thing. Nope, it's Orvis. Orvis has really nice shit, but man, it's expensive. But anyways, yeah, this weather, I don't think it's very cold at all. And in Scranton, so right now I'm showing it's 39 degrees. In Scranton, it was like 42 degrees. Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's not cold, people. All you guys is like, oh, you go to snow country, life is over. I mean, yeah, I'm going to experience some real good storms and stuff, absolutely. But I'll plow the snow. Chuck's doing great. My tractor. If you're new to the channel, my tractor's a Branson 2400. Branson sounds a lot like Bronson. Chuck Bronson. Charles Bronson. So Chuck Branson is my tractor. Anyways, and yeah, had to put a new battery in him because as soon as I got through this cold weather, he didn't want to start. And but yeah, fires up, does great, plows snow great. I mean, it'd be nice to have a real plow, because plowing with the bucket it's not the best. But you know, in the future, maybe I'll get that. Maybe I'll get a bigger tractor. I don't know. I don't know what this life is going to bring for me here. I know one thing is going to be different than it was in Atlanta. That's for sure. It just is. So, yeah. I'm still freaking loving it. So glad I made the move. I've yet to run into an idiot up here. Still. I've ran into some drivers that didn't drive the way I wanted them to drive, but that doesn't make you an idiot. You know, it's, you know, going a little bit too slow or something like that. Not bad, but you know, just a little annoying, you know. You know, one of the most annoying things, I hate it whenever somebody stops at a four-way very clearly before you, and they think that they're being the nice, good person by waving you and say, come on, you go ahead and go. No, you're just effing everything up. If you stop first, you go first, idiot. I hate it when that happens. You know? If I stop first, I ain't waving you on. I'm going. So, anywho, yeah. There's still trash up here, you know, trashy people, you know. Definitely, in no way did I escape that. That's for sure. You ever know where, if you ever want to know where the trashy people are, go to Walmart, you know. Yeah, the Walmart in Jamestown. I was like, okay. Oh, and another thing too. This is really funny to me. So, my neighbor, he was telling me, he's like, we're about 10 years behind everybody up here. I think they're more like 20 years behind. I mean, really, like 20 years behind the rest of civilized America, anyways. You know, I've met a lot of people that I think probably can't quite navigate the internet like at all, right? One of my other neighbors, Tom, I think I'm guessing that he probably doesn't even have internet, never has. I don't know, but because it's hard to get where I'm at. I had to install the Starlink, and the Starlink's doing okay. Before it's all right, it's nothing special. But so to explain how they're behind, I've seen multiple ladies wearing their hair in the styles of the 80s. Sometimes even back in like the early 80s, you know. We're talking, they got the hair pulled back and then the big ball of bangs right here. You know, they're all aqua netted. You know, I was like, whoa. I mean, okay, that's fine, but I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that shit since I was like in middle school, man. I mean, that's like 1988 shit right there. That's a long time ago. And then I saw another one who looked like a ragged out, you know, just skanky version of Blondie, the singer from the 80s. Her hair was all from this side, like over here, and it was a perm and everything. And I was just thinking, wow. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, like that movie Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. So Napoleon Dynamite came out in like 2000, 2002 or something like that. And here's the deal. Everybody thought that it was a retro movie, but I don't think that it was. They were just showcasing how in small town and rural America, everything is so far behind that people are still dressing like it's 20 years previously. And yeah, I'm seeing that shit, man. And they're not doing it out of style or fashion. That's what it is. That's life. And it's kind of funny to see, you know, because yeah, this is a lot like Napoleon Dynamite. I'm looking and seeing these people, like it probably won't be long, and I'll see a lady wearing a banana clip, hair clip. You know, it's funny that I even know that. I had an older sister. What can I say? You know, I saw her styles, and I paid attention to the girls in school and stuff. And yeah, they had a big hair clip that it was the shape of a big banana, and it went whoop and clipped their hair like that. I can't wait to see that. If I see it and I have the presence of mind, I'm going to take a picture of it for you guys and say, see, I told you, these folks up here are way behind. They're like 40 years behind in their fashion. You know, it's funny. This is a chainsaw channel. I don't know if it's going to be chainsaw channel anymore, fellas. I don't have any chainsaw work I need to do. A heat with gas? I don't know what the future is going to hold. I really don't. Anyways, this video's been long enough. Check you later.